Hello and welcome back to Green Money Momentum, where we talk about market movements, making money, and money momentum. There's been a lot of news since we last talked about DJT. Trump rung the bell to open the stock market on Friday, was also named Time's Person of the Year, and recently won a lawsuit against ABC for defamation. And with that being said, we may be entering into a whole new era of truth, which is why today we're going to be talking about Truth Social. But as always, I want to say that this is not financial advice, and I always recommend doing your own due diligence before making any financial decisions. So let's hop into it. So the first news that we're going to talk about here is the most recent news, which just came this weekend on Saturday, and that was that ABC agrees to give Donald Trump $15 million for the defamation lawsuit. And this defamation lawsuit is coming from some statements that were made on March 10th. And the network has also agreed to pay $1 million in legal fees to the law firm of Trump's attorney. And this is from the lawsuit that was from March 10th, when Trump immediately sued ABC for the comments that they made on air. It was during an interview where Trump was wrongly claimed for rap and defaming the victim of that rap. And this is not the only time that we've seen Donald Trump slandered or defamed, as we've seen this through his entire political career. And this type of energy translates into the stock market as well, as we've seen the Nasdaq 100 halt DJT time after time. This article comes from 3 months ago on September 14th, and Trump said, "Why is Nasdaq halting the sale of DJT?" referring to the ticker symbol of Truth Social. And Trump suggested that the Nasdaq was taking orders from the SEC, and this wouldn't be the first time we've seen the SEC be corrupt. Which leads to this positive news, and that is that Gary Gensler is going to be stepping down from the SEC immediately on the inauguration come January 20th. And this is very positive news for the markets, as Gary Gensler has not really been a positive factor for the markets. There's been a lot of halting, manipulation, and overall Gary Gensler has done a lot of things, put companies in lawsuits, etc., that have not been very positive. And what Gary Gensler is most known for is putting XRP under some defamatory lawsuits, which are also expected to lift come January with the new SEC chairman, which this will make a lot of crypto investors and those who are looking for free market liberation happy, as he has selected Paul Atkins as the new Securities and Exchange Commission chair. And so when we visit the stock chart of DJT here and we think about all the factors that are going on, I think that this stock is very undervalued. We are currently in a channel moving above and below the 200-day moving average. And we've seen DJT above the 50-day moving average since September. And with the inauguration so close, the positive price momentum should continue from here, as there was a lot of halting and manipulation, and the only time we've really passed the 200-day moving average since the dip all the way down to $12 was right when the stock started getting halted and manipulated really bad right before the elections. And so when we break out of this channel, we could really see some hyperbolic movements from DJT. Despite the small movements day by day, we're still moving up significantly every single week and month. And even though day by day watching this stock, it can seem a little slow, in the last month we are still up 31% and 5% for the last week. So I encourage any investors who are feeling impatient just to remember that the big news and the big event is going to happen next month on the 20th. And that now is really the best time to invest, as with all the news coming up and with Trump getting back into office, the market is looking pretty bullish and may be going into a massive bull run over the next 4 years. And if this lawsuit with ABC is any indication into what's coming into the future, we could be seeing a lot of support for DJT, and I believe that the FOMO and FUD for this stock is going to get really bad. So any investors who are hopping in late are going to be seeing a lot higher of a stock price for this play. And the sentiment really does look like it's flipping from bearish to bullish. We could see that when we look at the short interest percentage, as we've actually gone down 2% points since the last time I talked about this. And to any shorts covering, this is a great time to do so, as you don't want to be covering your shorts at a much higher price. And again, with some news from last week too, the sentiment for Donald Trump seems to also be very positive, and the overall country is ready for the change in president. And he was just named the Person of the Year by Times Magazine, and he also opened the New York Stock Exchange on Friday. He told Jim Cramer that this is a great time for American investors, and the overall sentiment seems very positive. Again, I think we're going to go into a massive bull run. And so I've been on record many times saying that I think all it's going to take to really push this stock to the moon is one big catalyst or one big piece of news. And so I think it's going to be really interesting to see where the market opens up and where the stock goes this week following the defamation lawsuit from ABC. And I would be curious to hear what everyone has to say about this stock, so please drop a comment in the section down below. Please leave a like and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much and have a great day.